Want more Marvel? Digging DC? Looking for the latest in nerd news? We got it all and more. This is
Distant Nerding.
We're talking about anything pop culture, movies, music, food, wrestling, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it. The Distance Nerding podcast celebrates all things you nerd out on. More nerd news, less nerd negativity. Each week, join young Phil and John Mez 5000 as they discuss what's new in the nerd world and get your voice heard in the Facebook group, The Distance Nerdington Post. Grab some tacos, hold on to your butts, and strap in for the ride. You are now listening to Distance Nerding.
What's up? How you doing, Phoenix?
Pretty good. I don't know where Ezra went. I think he wandered off here.
That's so funny. It's like I expected to see Ezra as I came back in, and then I saw your face. I was just asking her, I was like, is Phoenix going to be in tonight? He's like, I don't know if she's going to be in. But that's so funny. What's up, Phoenix?
Hey, how you doing?
I was just about to say, like I watched that the Distance Nerding commercial, like, obviously at the beginning of every show. But for some reason, it just now registered to me that there is a human-sized Elmo wrestling somebody and throwing them to the mat. And I think I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
My childhood nightmares. I like to say right in the childhood.
Right in the childhood. Blam! What's
Hello,
up,
everyone?
Oh, so you were just waiting for Chris to come on, huh?
No, Don was using the drill, so I didn't want loud noises.
For those of you that do not know, and let me know if my audio is a problem. I forgot to turn off the fans.
No, actually, you're good.
This is my personal OnlyFans.
Child friendly.
I could not survive without my OnlyFans. That's how hot the content is here. The Kyber K presents Saber Rattle.
It's really hot. So hot.
Hey, Sewon, what is up? Hello.
It's hotter than these.
It is. It's hot up in here. It's bagging hot. We have a lot of exciting stuff going on this week, guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be hanging out with the two of you guys more in the next week than I probably have in the whole 6 months.
Yeah. than we ever wanted to see each other.
I know. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
We may be mortal enemies at the end of con weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Yeah. We're doing 2 cons, I guess.
Yeah, we have SillyCon this weekend, which is why you hear some drilling and noises in the back. That's a helmet being worked on.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can definitely hear it.
Oh, bye-bye.
Miss you.
So that's where Ezra went. He went to tell Dawn to come kill it. Stop making noise.
Well, at least you're in the quiet room.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I was worried about these fans. Tina, what is going on, Tina? Tina is getting married in like 2 months. She's going to be coming out to our second con SAC anime. So yes, so many things to talk about. And this weekend, tomorrow, we will be at Silicon in San Jose.
SillyCon, yeah.
Woo-hoo, with Adam Savage. And
I wish I could go with you guys. Oh,
I know.
So much fun.
Dude, check this out. So I don't know if you're an Adam Savage fan, right? But
huge. So
apparently he goes every year when he goes to the con, but he always wears like a costume where you can't tell that it's him.
Yes.
And Dawn has a theory this year on who he thinks he's going to be. So we're specifically going to be looking out for a particular character.
Ironheart? I think so.
Dawn's theory is it's going to be Star-Lord.
Oh.
Because I guess he was saying on one of the videos, Adam Savage had put together a Star-Lord costume, but COVID hit and he never got to wear the costume. So Dawn thinks it's going to be Star-Lord. So we're going to be keeping our eyes out for all the Star-Lords out there that might be at the con tomorrow.
But there's been people that have spotted him around, I think it's the Ironheart costume, or he's been spotted around a couple costumes. I think he's just trying to like throw people off. Because I guess he's been spotted around a picture of him inspecting, what's it called? It's Iron Man's original costume.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess we will find out after this weekend if we are able to spot him or not. And of course, because we are big fans. I personally was a big fan of Mythbusters. I loved Mythbusters. But we will be inviting him to the Kyber Cave to come check out our facilities should we spot the Savage.
Just hand a card to everyone. We'll be fine.
Right, hand a card to everyone.
I love his story about being no face. I love
he does a
that
TED
story.
Talk on that.
Yeah. That's my favorite story of his con experience.
Well, and then what's so cool about that, and I would encourage people, in fact, maybe if our director finds a link or something like that, to check out his TED Talk about that, because he's really, what that whole TED Talk is about is the culture of cosplay. Yeah, I love it. The culture of cosplay in general and why people do it and why, so many people invest so many hours into putting together a costume, or so much money into putting together a costume in general.
I currently am working on 3 Loki costumes and 1 Strange costume.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 Loki costumes. One is not enough.
Yeah. I've got a Queen of Asgard. I've got Loki from the comics and Loki from Dark World. Like my own version of Dark World.
Right.
Then you're lucky. I love you.
Yeah.
And there is the link down there. That is love letter to cosplay. See, that's what a good director does. Thank you, good director.
He does what I tell him. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got 3 different Loki cosplays.
Are you going as a Gator Loki?
No, actually, I'm making Gator Loki. I think I've got him right here next to me. Hang on, he doesn't have a crown yet. Yeah, I've got Gator Loki here. His crown's not done. He's going to go with my Strange costume, actually. Yeah, my Strange costume is going to carry Gator Loki around. Like, I caught him.
Better get it done by next week.
Yeah.
And wait, so what are you trying to wear? So that's okay. So this week is SillyCon, but we're all going to be hanging out together. Oh, first, before we got next week's con, we got Thursday night. I'm very excited about movie nights. We're hanging out with Distance Nerding.
Are we dressing up for that?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
I'm down.
We've got the whole theater to ourselves, right?
Yeah. I mean, we can cosplay.
Heck yeah, why not? So we are Distance Nerding and Kyber Cave. Well, Kyber Cave is going along as guests of Distance Nerding.
Yes.
We're going to do a premiere of Shang-Chi. And Distance Nerding is renting out an entire theater. And, Kyber Cave will be there to watch Shang-Chi. Wow, I'm excited.
The amazing Jamez and young Phil are just, in fact, they're commercials right at the top of our hour.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're good guys. I can't wait to hang out with them. They're always a hoot.
Exactly. So that we're going to have a lot of fun Thursday night. And then the very next night is the Friday night. That is the first day of SAC Anime here in Northern California. It's a very big deal in Northern California. It's one of the bigger ones, and it's been growing like super fast. It started off small, and so many people have really enjoyed SAC Anime. So now it's a 3-day event. I know there's going to be a whole bunch of the voice celebrities from My Hero Academia and a couple of them from Dragon Ball Z. William Shatner is supposed to be there. So if you are an anime fan, that is the place to be.
Oh, William Shatner is going to be there?
Yeah, did you not know about that?
No. That is awesome.
Are you going to go as a red shirt?
I've got a dress. Shatner is going to Silicon too, apparently.
Oh, he's going to Silicon. Oh, I know Lou Ferrigno is going to be there, and then the ones that I'm really excited about for our Kyber Cave wall is Wedge from A New Hope will be there. The actor that plays Wedge and the actor that plays Dak from Empire Strikes Back will be there.
Really?
Yes, at Silicon. So I am very excited for our.
So who's going to SAC Anime? I'm curious. I've tried to look and it didn't really.
You mean guests or like us?
Like, what guests are they having at SAC Anime?
Well, like I said, you have the Dragon Ball Z characters, the voices, and then Dragon Ball Z. There's like 2 people, but the biggest list of people I saw was from My Hero Academia, and then there was a couple of people like one guy that was on GI Joe in the '80s and the old school Transformers cartoons. There was a couple of those like celebrities too.
Oh. Looks like I'll be wandering around. I'll do 2 days. I'm doing first and last day of the SAC anime. And then I'm going to, on that Saturday, the reason why I'm not going on Saturday is because I'm going to Heroes Fest, which I'm supporting Distance Nerding in Fresno. That is an incredibly great cause. If you guys are interested.
What is Heroes Fest?
Heroes Fest, it's more charity stuff. They do project, I'm not entirely, I always get this wrong. It's a Project Wish Upon a Star.
Okay,
For kids, and it's a really great cause.
Nice.
Yeah, if you guys are interested, Distance Learning is going and supporting the cause, and so am I, and I'm really excited.
And make sure to check out. I don't know if they're going to be doing. I'm sure they're going to be talking about that. Yeah, that is on Saturday. That'll be down in Fresno. But make sure to check out Distance Learning Podcast. I'm sure they're going to be talking a lot about their experiences and with that and all that.
Yeah.
Too.
So hey, it's going to be a full nerding time. But I think it's time to get on with some nerding of our own.
Yes, I was going to tell Ezra, but you weren't here because I'd asked him if you were jumping in. I didn't know if you wanted to, since you were just like hosting now and Ezra's directing, if you wanted to take over. I can do it for tonight, but if in the future, or you can do it tonight, if you wanted to take over the flow of the show announcing segment spot thing, or if you won't.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about tonight.
You can do it for next week because I can tell you exactly who next week's gonna be. But I'll do it for tonight because I didn't want to put you on the spot. But I just thought you need to have your own segment again.
You kind of did put her on the spot. Don't lie.
Well, I didn't know she was like you were the one. Like when we started the show, I expected to see your face, and all of a sudden Phoenix is there. I was kind of thrown aback.
Well, Phoenix jumped on at the same time Dawn started using the drill.
Yeah.
Paula, thank you for tuning in. Yes, it is the very dog days, and we are very hot here at the Kyber Cave because we don't have air conditioning. So you know what?
And there's fires everywhere. You guys are. I feel bad.
Yeah, I don't even know. It is so smoky down here. I don't even know where exactly the fires are, but
here in Sacramento.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
No, there's fire here in back. There's fire here in Vacaville.
Oh, I'm sure the whole state's on fire.
Welcome to California, the fire state.
I know. Yeah.
It's almost like
we're the fire nation.
We're the fire nation. All right, so let's go ahead and get with this flow. I know we have our wonderful guest for tonight is waiting backstage, but our flow for the show tonight, as always, brought to us by our incredible producer, Mr. James Kaiser, aka Dark Cephalus. We're very lucky to have him as part of the staff and bring us an incredible artist every week. So the person that we have tonight, this is not his first time on the show, but I'm excited every time we have Mr. Anfernee Suell on the show. So with no further ado, roll that flow of the show. Anfernee Suell. I really like that because that was different than a lot of the videos that we usually get. For those that may or may not know, Ataru is one of the 7 lightsaber forms that's mentioned in Star Wars canon. Most notably, Yoda and Qui-Gon Jinn were practitioners of Ataru, and it involves using a lot of quick strikes and quick attacks. That's why you saw Yoda jumping around and bouncing all over the place. Matt Torres, I know him. I know Matt. We got to get Matt back on too. Yeah, so that was a really good demonstration. I'm going to go back later on tonight and read some of the stuff that he had on there. So some of that I didn't get a chance to read all of it.
Yeah, it came by really fast. I didn't get a chance to read it all.
So what do you think? Can you do those moves, Phoenix?
No. I mean, I might be able to do some of them. They're actually pretty popular forms. When I was doing fencing, we joked around and talked a little bit about it. So yeah, I mean, maybe.
Yeah. What's up, Melissa? Thank you for tuning in, Melissa and Matt. Yeah, a lot of practice. A lot of practice.
It's Melinda, not Melissa.
So, lots of cardio is what Matt says. Yeah, I can imagine. Hey, Raphael. Fire smokes from Jamestown. Oh, Jamestown. Oh, Sonora. Oh, Sonora. Wow.
Poor Sonora doesn't get a break.
I know. Every year. So anyways, we are just a few minutes behind schedule. I want to go ahead and get not directly because we're behind schedule, but I want to go ahead and get into our guest for tonight. I am very excited about our guest, as I am every week. But this week we are doing a cosplay artist. We haven't had a cosplayer on in a little while since we no longer have the cosplay segment. But this cosplayer, I actually met when she was buying sabers from Kyber Cave, and she was doing a Ahsoka character. And because she is a little bit shorter, we were trying to get the dimensions on her blades just right so that they would be perfect for her height if she was the same as Ahsoka Tano. But so little did I know she does. Huh?
She's pretty much Ahsoka Tano.
You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. So, with no further ado, please bring out Bee of BeeHappyCosplay.
Hi guys.
What's up? How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Where exactly are you at in the country?
I'm actually stationed in El Paso, Texas, which is very tip of Texas.
Right. So you said station, so that tells us something else.
Well, kind of. We're in training, so we're doing things.
Fantastic. So you and I actually met probably, I want to say, about a year ago. And I remember you specifically because you were talking to your friends or something. I won't mention the company name, but they were talking about how they were doing an order for lightsabers, and you were like, well, I'm going to have mine by the end of the week. And they're like, no, there's no way you're going to have yours. And lo and behold, we got you some sabers by the end of the week.
Won that bet.
Tell people the fantastic character you're doing that you were putting together.
Actually, at the time that I started contacting Kyber Cave and everything, and I started this whole journey, I was planning on doing Ahsoka season 3 through 6. So when she's still a Padawan, or towards her end of her Padawanship.
Right.
So I went ahead and spicy.
Thanks, Ezra. Sorry.
I wanted to make sure that I did get like we were talking about the sabers fit exactly to my size, because as we know, that company produces some very large
massive sabers.
massive. So I'm about 5'2", so that was a problem. But then I love the shape that they have in photo shoots, just because it's better. And then the blades, on the other hand, I was talking to you, I was telling you, I don't want to trip over them, I don't want to accidentally smack somebody, they're a hazard. So I was like, I thought it would be super cool to maybe try and get them cut to my size. So I was so happy that you guys were able to do it, first of all, and second of all, just it was such a seamless process. It was just kind of, we figured it out pretty much in a night, about a day.
Right, and then the next day we cut the sizes once we figured out how tall you were. I remember because I had to research, and I remember going to like Vader's vault, and I'm like, "Hey, does anybody know the canon sizes of Ahsoka's blades?" And
or how tall she might be, more or less.
You caused me to do math, woman.
I'm sorry.
But okay, so let me ask you a question. We have seen Ahsoka. In fact, I would happen to say that Ahsoka is probably one of the most beloved Star Wars characters because with her and Anakin and even Obi-Wan, there's some of the fewer characters that we really got to see develop over a long period of time and really got to see them, especially Ahsoka, go from this bratty little, Padawan to, a very mature and capable leader. Why did you decide that of all the ages and time periods of Ahsoka that you wanted to go with the Padawan version?
So, originally, I just adored Ahsoka. I was right there. I'm a little late to the Star Wars party. I'm in my early 20s. I didn't watch all of them up until probably like about going on 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I finished everything, I went into Clone Wars. Everybody was like, here's your fix for Star Wars. It starts off slow. There's a character you're going to hate. And it turned out being the character I adore from the entire series, the whole universe, literally.
Right.
So it was just something that, I realized that people were super polarized with her, but there was this common ground of Ahsoka content at the time, which is season 3 through 6, where people really kind of buckled down and said, you know what, this character has the qualities that could put her quite literally, as she already was, next to the storyline for Anakin.
Right.
And I think a lot of the trials and tribulations that she went through, the way she was prosecuted, and it's been out for a while, but I'm not gonna throw everything out there. But she just brought me so much, her passion, her drive, and just the way she was able to execute all the things that she felt were right. It just very much it landed in the soft part in me, and I really admired that from a fictional character.
Right.
So.
Now I know you do not just Ahsoka, you do other characters as well, but kind of sticking a little bit with Ahsoka, like, do you feel when you do a cosplay, like, do you feel like you have to personally connect with that character? What makes you decide that I'm going to do an Ahsoka as opposed to literally millions of other characters that you can do? Oh my God, that is incredibly incredibly gorgeous. But I noticed you have the blue Ahsoka sabers as opposed to the green and yellow.
Yeah, I went ahead and I actually I did the season 7 to be with my my sister organization here in town, because I am looking towards Rebel approval. Thank you for the sabers; they're absolutely perfect. That's the biggest problem that everybody has, and I don't have to worry about it.
Right, exactly.
But
you got it covered.
Yeah, so I went ahead and I did a little upgrade myself, and I put in like the little chips, the little discs, and it was rough, so I had to like kind of semi gut the light out and put in my own RGBs, but it all worked. It was okay. They still turn on. That's all that matters.
Right. Now I find that interesting because especially, like when you see Ahsoka, especially the Padawan Ahsoka with those two blues, it brings, it's a very specific time period, right? It's like, that's what, episode 7 and 8 of that Clone Wars series.
Yeah, right? It was the last, actually, well, the studio, they didn't think that they were going to have time to finish their story or what they wanted to say about Star Wars. So they kind of smushed that into season 7, which is the very last season of Clone Wars.
Right.
And something that was very, like, I just adored, and it just stretched. So now I'm 3 through 7. That's my sweet spot. So when I saw her with her blue blades for the very first time since she had been a Padawan, since she lost faith in, the council,
Jedi Order, right?
The whole thing. That was very. It was very almost emotional for me, because it was like she kind of came full circle, but she still wasn't sure where she felt or fit within that space.
Right.
So that was
Right.
something very special to me and very memorable. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'll man up. I cried the last 2 episodes. I had those tears going, but like for me, when you see those blues on there, it's almost like even when she's gone, Anakin is still kind of asserting his style and his presence onto her by changing out her her colors to blue, and she just rides with it. She still kicks butt no matter what color blade she has.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So now tell us about how long have you been doing cosplay?
I've been doing it for going on about 2017. That's 4 years, going on 5-ish, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's about how long I've been seriously doing it in terms seriousness, as in like I just felt more like I had my craft was getting a little bit more to where I wanted it to be. So that's kind of there's never an end of a learning curve, especially when cosplay involves so many things from 3D printing to modeling to, just everything. So my learning curve is still it's still going.
Do you make all your own stuff, or do you make some things and buy some things? How does that work when you're putting together your costumes?
So it depends on the project. Like Ahsoka herself, obviously, I'm not like an electronic smith. Like I'm not even a metalsmith, so I couldn't have done on my own. So
right.
I usually do kind of a really good mix. There are some details that like things that I think not anybody has done or to where I would like my prop or my armor piece or my dress or my garment to like be at the quality that I would expect it to be at.
Mm-hmm.
So usually I'll make all the soft parts of a costume.
Oh, okay.
That's like kind of like a little
like your headpiece you have there. I know like the Twi'lek, the what do they call? They're called Lekus, right? Mm-hmm. That's foam, right?
So actually, let me shift these over really quick. They're actually silicone. They're kind of like think of it as they're just kind of like two like fleshy little limbs. Silicone is basically like a swim cap, or you could also think of if you've ever had any kind of Halloween mask, but those are usually made out of latex.
Right.
Now, so these are 100% silicone, like all the blue on this.
Right.
And they're filled with foam, like it's expanding foam. So I don't know how well you can see that, but it's just kind of to keep the shape.
That piece is like that. That's something like in your particular case, you had told me a sad story that your original Leku was stolen, and that your crew kind of chipped in and got you a new one.
Yeah, so that's actually one of my very first introductions into Star Wars cosplay to begin with was I love Twi'leks. I think they're so pretty. I think they're so cool. Honestly, they have, the most awful history of how, they are in Star Wars culture.
They're enslavements.
Yeah, basically. But they're such a resilient, they can be, pink, blue, purple, orange, gold. There's really no limit. So it's like, if I wanted to make 100 different Twi'leks, I could, that's so cool.
And the other cool thing about the Twi'leks in general is that they touch all different parts of society. So you have some that are Jedis and some that are servants and some that are just, mechanics that were working on ships. And, even in The Mandalorian, we saw bounty hunters that were Twi'leks. So, yeah, with the Twi'lek, it's almost like you get almost as much freedom as you do with the Mandalorians. Because the Mandalorians is one of the only other groups where you can have a little bit of personalized creativity in your costume.
Exactly. So, like, whereas, you have, I kind of talked about this earlier, it's Rebel Legion, sorry. And they really are. They can either be, it's Rebel Legion, the 501st, all of those stormtrooper ranches and stuff like that, they're going to be focusing more so on replicas, like walking, breathing replicas.
Right.
Whereas kind of my direction with all of this, locally we do have a group. It's like a charity group. We are not like affiliated or anything with any of the other groups.
Right.
But it's kind of like a place where people can go and test their kits and make sure, like, oh, I bought this piece, but maybe I want to make it, want to see what the difference is. Just test out things live or during a troop or during like a little charity event or whatever.
I know I saw some pictures of you at like a hospital with some kids and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. So what we usually do, with COVID and everything that had happened or is happening, we actually went ahead and brought down. Usually we will have about 10 different costumed characters who would go to the children's hospital here in El Paso.
Right.
And we got the special privilege of going ahead and, passing out books, passing out snacks, passing out just little joys to these kids who really, they see the same four walls every single day for however long they're there. And, just seeing them beam when they see Vader, or even when I went to my very first hospital troop, which was only a few weeks ago, it was me and two other Jedi. And we got the opportunity to, there's the kids who are recovering, the kids who are, for any other injuries or whatever like that. We got to hand them lightsabers and books. And
wow.
I actually had my very first interaction where a little girl, she didn't want to get out of bed or anything, and she's just very sad. She wasn't feeling well. But when she saw, like, this giant orange lady, like, just walking towards her room, she, like, bolted up from her bed. She tried to get out, and that's the very first time I actually got somebody who was, like, genuinely beaming because their favorite character, Ahsoka, was there. Like, oh my goodness, Ahsoka's here to see me and make sure I'm okay. Like, it was just like...
What does that do for you as a person?
Honestly, that just... It's such a... I have a very soft spot for kids, especially. Is another reason why I love doing cosplay. Unfortunately, with COVID and everything, conventions have been canceled or pushed back and stuff like that. So we haven't had the opportunity to, be out with the public as much as we would be. Just, for everybody's safety. And we really just, it brings me so much joy just seeing some, even like, I think we also went to another outside event. And some random guy, he came up to me and he just came up to me. He's like, Commander Tano, what are you doing at the outlet mall? What are you doing here? Like, why are you here?
Right.
So it was just like, I've had so many little special pocket moments that I've made, the hassle of like, oh, I'm up at 3 a.m. having to repaint my armor because I chipped it last time. It's all the joy in the world to me, like even the tedious parts. Some
it's
little
gotta
kid
be make worth it when somebody sees you and they recognize you and like they almost get all like fanboy, like you're the real Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's honestly so cool, and especially with our group, we're called the Border Imperial Squad. We're on Facebook if you'd like to look us up. Usually, we only do charitable events. So, during COVID, they would spray paint like a shape on the top garage floor, and we would obviously like social distance, masks, everything. All the characters who didn't have buckets, they would wear masks, and that was the very first time I took out Blueberry, my Twi'lek, and we would, make like a heart or like a ribbon on the rooftop and wave at all the kids, in their windows, and just seeing them all light up and all of them waving frantically back. It was just, even doing something little like that, it was just such a warm and big feeling, and it made me so excited to get back into my kit the next time. Like, I'm just, any excuse to put these on, I'm all there. I'm 100% all over it.
So now, how do you decide then, since you have multiple, say, even just Star Wars, cosplay, how do you decide which one you're going to wear? Because I can understand, okay, if you're going to a Doctor Who convention, obviously you're going to wear a Doctor Who, but if you're going to a Star Wars and you have multiple characters, is it just what you're feeling that particular weekend, or how do you decide who you're going to play?
So since these two characters involve a lot of body paint, um, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and wear Ahsoka first. Either I will not wear a costume if it's a 3-day convention, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm so excited. She's going to a con in September, so I'm just jumping the gun. But she's she would be the first one I'd wear just because she does have an orange paint and it does semi stain my skin, so I'll be a little bit darker for a little bit. But kind of think fake spray tan kind of look. It's a little weird.
Right,
but it's worth it. And then that way, once I finish that costume for Friday, usually it'll either be the very first day or the most busy. I'll wear the biggest character or the most recognizable, and then for my more laid back days, like a Sunday or the Thursday pre-show, I'll go ahead and try either a character with no face paint or blueberry. So like this convention that's coming up, Ahsoka is going to be on Friday and Saturday, and blueberry is going to be on Sunday.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Do you have just those two in the Star Wars universe, or because I do know that you do other characters besides Star Wars characters as well?
Yes. So actually, I have this joke with a lot of my friends. Is I have 4 different Twi'leks already.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see them in the back.
Oh yeah, I do see them in the back.
I have a Commander Hera being worked on from Star Wars Rebel. She still hasn't really. I'm still really like heavily modifying her kit because the first round, I'm not very happy with it. So we're gonna kind of take her back to the board. And then I have let's see if I can. I have a white Twi'lek up there as well. She's with whatever I want. I did like a kind of like a ball gown kind of, after hours Twi'lek kind of thing here downtown. We have a nice spiral staircase, so I did kind of like something like that.
Right.
It was just fun. She's just fun. She's
not. Have you done any? What is it? Akira Alea, the Jedi Twi'lek? Since she's blue too, right?
That is the whole reason why I'm so excited that my group was just so kind enough to share these with me. Is Ayla is on my list. She's the next one.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just makes sense.
How long does it take to make these? Well, the noodles themselves, these are silicone. Ahsoka is actually stuffed with kind of like what you would find inside of like a teddy bear.
A teddy bear.
That's kind of what it is. It just go ahead and gets rid of like these sharp folds if the leku sit a little higher on my shoulders or whatever.
Do you use like spirit gum or something to like stick that to your head, or does it just sit on there? Or
so I tried it without glue, and that was a nightmare. That never in my life.
Right.
They're a little on the heavier side, so I do need to glue them down. I found this awesome thing. I'm not affiliated or anything, just putting it out there, but it works for me. Maybe it'll work for other costumes. There's this thing called Skin Tight, and what it is it's a skin-safe silicone glue or adhesive. The thing is nothing will stick to silicone other than silicone.
Right.
So that's what I have found, and I actually, funny enough, I also use it to glue on my crown. That's what I'm peeling off here. So what I'll do is I will glue the headpiece first down. It'll sit probably like about mid forehead, but I just recently got an upgrade for her. I got some orange swim caps.
Ooh, okay.
They're also silicone, so it's just gluing this
to the
onto
cap,
that, and then the cap to my head, and then just the front, and then the crown onto the headpiece.
So you're having to take your hair and then like put it all underneath this like swim cap, and then that goes underneath the headpiece there.
Yeah, it does. It kind of just what it does is it'll extend my hairline basically, and it'll give me the space to. Ahsoka has a very high hairline.
Right.
And usually what people will do is they'll use swim caps to make that illusion a little bit better. And that's one of the upgrades I'm working on for her next
So is it only done on the forehead here? Like it doesn't go like do you have it on your neck as well, like glued down?
No, so what the way the headpiece works is it has a really really nice weight to it.
Mm-hmm.
And this will basically just rest on my shoulders.
Okay.
Which is why the stuffing is there in the first place, so that when it does rest, it won't crunch up. It won't like fold up and look fake.
Right.
It looks as real as you can get it to.
Right.
I mean, yeah. So
So how with that silicone on there, I imagine your head just gets like super sweaty.
It's a little moist in there, a little bit.
So how does that work with the skin makeup? So now you've got full body paint on, and then Ahsoka's got, of course, the white lines on her cheek, and then the face makeup and everything. You're sweating to death inside this. How do you hold it together without going absolutely crazy by the end of the day?
That's a good question. So I actually recently just upgraded to it's an alcohol hybrid paint is what it is. So for blueberry, I can survive. Her blue just magically stays in place. I would like to know what they put into the paint, but it's a pretty good base. And here being in the Southwest, it's just heat. It's just constant heat and dry heat. So it's like instead of it sweating off, it just kind of like bakes on. Right. So it's just like it's really what it does is it'll crumble more than it will melt. At least over here.
Phoenix is asking, can you tell us if you don't mind the names of the paint that you use or the product that you use that you recommend?
Okay, so first of all, I will die by this. The Hybrid Pro Air paint. What it is basically 50% alcohol-based paint, and the rest of it is it has very little water in it, is what it is.
And where can someone get that? Where do you get it?
I got mine off of Amazon just because it was a quick con crunch photo shoot. I need this in 2 days.
Right.
But it is gonna be expensive on there, and they sell the 2 ounces. This is, I believe, the 4-ounce bottle. This has lasted me 5 applications so far, and I'm about a little less than half.
That's the Ahsoka orange. So Ahsoka is pretty much what her shoulders and her face and her arms, right? Her legs are all covered up, right? I remember.
Season 7, yes. Season 6 or 3 to 6 when she's in her maroon cutout dress.
Right. Oh, it's like a skirt or something, right?
Yeah, she has a skirt, and in her leggings she has 3 diamonds on each side of her legs that would have to be orange. But what people usually do, I don't like to do it because, again, it's really hot here, and I'd rather be a little sticky than melting.
Right.
People, what they'll do is they'll buy nylon leggings, usually a white pair if they need a really bright orange.
Mm-hmm.
But they need what they do is they'll dye it. They'll dye the stockings and they'll sew them like gloves. So they'll wear basically a body type that's colored orange.
Right.
I don't like to do that, but it works for people in more humid climates. Keep the color.
Right. Do you see yourself, especially going forward? I mean, obviously, Ahsoka is going to do nothing but become bigger, and everybody's going to recognize her. Do you see yourself doing more versions, like maybe the Rosario Dawson older version, or with the new Ahsoka show that's coming? I'm sure she's going to have lots of costume changes.
Oh yeah, for sure. New Ahsoka costumes are on my list for a really long time.
Right. So it sounds like you have a personal bond with Ahsoka in particular.
She's a very beloved character. Let's put it that way.
Well, now, so just to not make this all about Star Wars, what are some of the other characters that you do? What are some of the ones that you might be known for besides your Ahsoka and your Blueberry?
My original costume that I got a pretty good amount of recognition is I did a witch Rosalina. So around Halloween time back in 2017, 2018, I actually had seen there's a bigger cosplayer. Her name is Kinpatsu. Kinpatsu Cosplay, and she actually did a Princess Peach, but she twisted it into a Halloween theme,
Mm-hmm.
and she did a witch Peach.
Mm-hmm.
And they just that like blew my mind,
Right.
and I went ahead and kind of got that whole just mind blown idea, and I just kind of went in and I looked at the original artist who did the concept art,
Right.
and lo and behold, back in 2016 he did a witch Rosalina,
Right.
which is
Right.
the blue character from Super Mario Galaxy.
Right.
And she was just so much fun to make. I mean, that book was a nightmare. That hat was, oh my god,
Wow.
that hat taught me more things in like 3 months than it did than I've ever learned in like a school environment in like high school. Like
How long was that build altogether? That looks very intricate.
I believe the soft parts, which include the bodice, the white bodysuit is basically just like a bunny suit basically,
Mm-hmm.
and the teal like cape thing.
Mm-hmm.
Those two, they're two separate parts. Um, those two took me like about a month of
Wow.
trial and error because I couldn't find the right pattern. I couldn't find a pattern that I liked enough to change or to alter. So
Right.
that was a nightmare. But honestly, that showed me how much fun I can have breaking the rules of sewing.
Right.
That's the whole thing about cosplay is everything from like traditional sewing, traditional sculpting, traditional anything,
Right.
forget it. Just
Wow.
throw it out the window. Figure it out, play around, and you will find something so much better, a better way that nobody ever really would have thought could be done
Right.
in such an easy way. The stars on that costume were so much fun. I basically just sat there and cut and cut and cut and cut until
Right.
I found that the translucent foam, think the packaging foam that sits when you buy a new TV or you buy a console or any
Mm-hmm.
electronic, that holding foam that's kind of like translucent.
Right. Right. Right.
That's actually what my hat star is made out of, and both the stars on the chest and back.
Oh wow! So you had to get creative with your material use, even.
Yeah, they have working LEDs in all three.
Oh
So
wow!
they actually glow really bright when I'm walking. Well, when I went to the event on Halloween that year, it's so much fun, and people were so cool about it. People were confused. People were like, "Oh, you're from like an anime." I was like, "Yeah, sure, technically, I guess." But it was just even just not having such a or I guess such a mishmashed version of a recognizable character. It's so much fun seeing people guess.
Right.
It really was, because really the only thing that would be like, oh, that's Rosalina, is the stars
Right.
and the crown on her hat. She actually has her silver crown that she usually has on the top of her head. It's on the tail end of her hat.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something really cool. Like, people who were really into it, they'd come up to me like, "You're Rosalina, but you're a witch. That's so cool." I was like, "It is."
So let me ask you, what gives you more personal joy as as a cosplayer? Do you like doing the original things and having people like figure it out, or do you like doing like these big loved characters that you just know people are gonna love right off the bat?
Honestly, for one of the biggest things that really affected me coming into cosplay is that I came in with this idea that I have to look exactly like the character if I want to cosplay him. I have to look this way. I have to, get every detail down. It's like that's what really kind of sucked the fun out of it for me. I mean, people do it professionally and they are praised and blessed for, "You look like you just jumped off the screen." It's like, that's a
Right.
really cool thing for people to be able to do. But
Right.
I personally go about it as, I love this character, whether it be a different gender, whether it be, just a blue alien. It's like, I'm just gonna kind of make the character mine and go with a vision that I have.
Right.
Recently I did a photo shoot for Ahsoka, which is like, what was the background picture? People recognized her obviously because of like her big headpiece, but I got
Right.
to have a little bit of fun with it, and I wore some khaki cargo shorts, my combat boots, and I wore a black tank top. Like,
right.
Regardless, people knew exactly who she was, but she's just a recognizable character. Is a lot of fun, but I love making them my own.
Right, that picture right there, and see that even looks like you could be like doing like training drills with the Jedi.
Yeah, that was so much fun. There's this guy with his kids there's actually at the back of the picture to the right.
Mm-hmm.
There was a huge playground with kids on it, and the dad and the moms were like all sitting talking, and we just walked into the middle of the field and we were just taking pictures, and like the dad like stood up, he was like, "Are you Tano? Are you Ahsoka?" I was like, "Yes, I am." That's just so I don't know, that will never get old. Is people recognizing you, or people being like coming up to you and be like, "Oh my god, like you have tails coming off your head. How did you do that?" It's so much fun. One of the biggest parts is like illusion.
Right.
You know, making somebody think like your costume looks so real, or like you have like an extra head floating over here. Like, how did you do that? Like, it doesn't look fake. It's so much, and I think genuinely being able to make, a character that I adore so much mine in the vision that I see her in is just such a cool feeling.
That
Such
is
a cool feeling.
that is absolutely fantastic. Do you have any that like I know that you have your eyes open, but do you have any that you're working on now that are newer ones? And then how does that work? Like, are you constantly looking for the new thing, or are you constantly trying to upgrade what you have already? Is it a bit of both?
So, I, like any other cosplayer, know that if I see something cool, I'm like, heck yeah, I'm gonna cosplay that. I'm adding it to the list. My list is never ending right now. But sometimes, I would look back at my costumes and like, I could have done this better. Or now that I've done this, I could do this so much better. Like with Ahsoka, she's my second face paint or body paint character, whereas Blueberry is my first. And where they're different is the complexity of the face paintings and the little markings and everything. And I genuinely think that coming from Blueberry to Ahsoka, I can go back to I feel like I want to go back to Blueberry and just
try some new techniques that you've learned.
Just kind of reskin, like completely redo her, give her a new look, give her just bring her back basically.
Because I'm looking even on the background picture that we have right now, which by the way is an absolutely gorgeous picture. I love the sun. Like, it's almost like the sun is coming out of your eyes. But you can see the beautiful straight lines that you have on the white makeup. And I'm just thinking, like, so that means you had to put down the orange and then you've got to put the white over. How did you not get it to smudge? And like, it just blows me away.
Yeah, it was a really rough go. The first few times she was very patchy, or the paint would, like you said, it would smudge or it would mix or smear, and that was just something that I was like, okay, I'm not a big fan of redoing my white lines 10 times,
Right.
My skin kind of hurts. And I just what I do is I actually have the like a digital stencil, and what I will do is I'll print it out on it's like the paper where you can like print your own stickers.
Right.
And then I'll cut it out, and what I'll do before I put the orange on is I'll go ahead and put down the sticker of all the markings, kind of get them where I need them to be, and then I'll go ahead and tap on the orange all around, do a layer, let it dry, and then I'll do the second layer, then I'll peel everything off and fill in the gaps. And that's kind of been just the most like sanity saving way to do those white face paint markings.
Right.
It's
absolutely amazing because like when we were talking offline, I was telling you, I was like, dude, there's no way I could do makeup because I'm sure I'd be sweating and then like I'd want to wipe the sweat off and then all of a sudden I've like taken off half of my makeup. Hey, I want to say really quick to Distance Nerding and Lightspeed. Kang Snow is in the house. Yeah, so I'm always amazed when I see people with their makeup and I'm like, oh my God, you look so good, dude. I would just be going crazy to like itch my nose or something.
Yeah, it's a lot of willpower is what it is. It's like the paint is perfect this time. I refuse to touch my face. I refuse to wipe my sweat. I will not touch
See,
my face.
you have the mental determination. You could be an astronaut. You could wear a helmet and be like, nope, I'm not going to let this affect me because I've done Ahsoka. That is great. So you said you have a con coming up very soon in September, right?
Mhm.
Do you have a few cons? Is that the only one you have like slated, or do you have like your year mapped out?
Uh, really, I don't really know where everything's going right now with our local guidances or anything, but so far they haven't canceled our local convention here, EP Comic Con.
Right.
That one's the classic one. That's the local one. I'll always be there. Um, and I think I might be going to the there's a convention in Houston. It's an anime convention.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that they don't cancel it.
And see with the new what is it, the Star Wars Visions that's coming out.
I know. I'm so excited about.
See, they're gonna do the crossover of the anime and the Star Wars. So like that's gonna be right up your alley.
That's perfect. That's the perfect content for me.
Hey, Distance Nerding here is asking, have you been asked to cosplay anywhere? Like, have you been a feature or have I don't know, that would probably go in line with some of the charity work that you've done too.
Yeah, so personally, like independently as a cosplayer, no, not really. I used to work for a local company here in town, Glitch Gaming Center, and they actually started making their own like miniature gaming conventions here in town. I think their biggest one is slated for the coming year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be super cool, and I believe I'm in the talks of being a guest for that convention specifically. But it's local here in El Paso, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
So in terms of just anybody asking me, it's just volunteering my time to my charity group,
Right.
the Imperial Border Squad.
And I know you were telling me too that recently you started doing I think TikTok and Twitch streaming of different cosplays, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I started doing my Twitch again. I had started a while ago when I first started cosplaying. I kind of dropped off here, school and everything. But recently, within like the last 2 months, I've been streaming a lot on there. So it's a mix of gaming content, a mix of, I'll sit and I'll craft and I'll talk to people who come in and stop by and watch the stream.
Right.
So sometimes you'll see me sewing or you'll see me sculpting or, it's just not scheduled or anything. I'll just kind of pop on and post it on my Instagram where or when I'll be live and stuff like that. So
right. And as we're coming to as we're closing up here, I want to make sure that people can find you if they wanted to find if they wanted to see some of the other costumes. We've only got to show a little bit of what the incredible work that you do here. So could you let people know about where they could find your pictures or your TikTok or Instagram, all that information?
Yeah, of course.
And I believe our director is also going to post at the bottom, but it's always fun to hear it from your voice too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, of course. I actually am not on Facebook. Independently, I'm on Twitch. I'm on Instagram, and I'm gonna be starting my TikTok soon. This weekend is slated for a lot of Ahsoka content. Hopefully, some blueberry. So that's gonna be fun to film. But my handle on Twitch is BZB with
and
3
we see it
E's
down
on
there
the
floating
sides.
at the bottom of the screen.
Instagram is going to be my tag that's on the video. It's a BeeHappyCosplay.
Okay.
That's my Instagram. And also on that account will be the hyperlink for my TikTok and my Twitch.
Excellent.
But that's primarily where I post. Is you'll catch me a lot on Instagram. So.
Right. And if people had questions, could they contact you if they wanted to, find out where they could get some of that paint, or if they want to find out some of your techniques? Are you pretty open to talking to people?
Absolutely. I saw that somebody asked if I had any tips or any places for guidance. I'm always on Instagram, and I just if you have a question, if you see like something that I did in a shoot or in a photo and you want to know like how my paint got that even or whatever, you're more than welcome to shoot me a DM.
You rock.
And I also am gonna start posting time lapses and mini tutorials here and there for different face painting techniques, sewing techniques, getting that thing on and off my head, getting the paint off. So I mean, you're more than welcome to message me.
Woohoo! Well, B, I want to thank you so much. It has been absolutely a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for telling us about your cosplay and like, you know, how it affects other people. I think, you know, a lot of times people look at cosplayers from the outside and they're like, you know, why would people spend all their time and all their money doing these? But when you do it, and especially when you do, you know, sometimes you do special needs events or, you know, children's events, it really, the amount of joy that you get, you can't really monetize. So it is amazing to see what you're doing and how you're bringing joy to other people.
Especially such an awesome community of Star Wars. Like even people who aren't in it, they've heard of it, they know of it, you know.
Right.
So it's just it's such an awesome like family to be a part of, really. So
right.
It's just,
well, we are excited that you were a part of that, and if anybody in the audience has any questions on how you can make your Ahsoka costume look so good, make sure to contact B, and she will let you know. And B, when you're ready to do your Alea Secura and you need some sabers, you know who to call.
I do for sure. I mean, I told you start my tab.
Thank you so much for being on with us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. It was very nice to talk to you.
All right, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Woo! Wait, are you going to do a Twi'lek now? Are you going to do a Twi'lek Loki?
I'd probably do a Twi'lek. Actually, I'm really inspired by her stuff because I wanted to work on the Persephone, and I'm still hunting down because I'm a huge fan of Lore, Mount Lore, and yeah, I wanted to do a Persephone, but she's all pink,
right?
And Hades is blue, and I've been looking for really good makeup for that.
Right.
But everything I've tried so far has made my skin like really angry.
Right.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. I might give it a try and see if that works. And because I want kind of a light pink, and you can't get it right because you're either way too light or way too dark.
Right.
So yeah, hopefully I'll look into her coloring and do a Persephone by December.
That would be bad. That would be cool. Yeah, I love Rihanna. I'm really impressed with her her makeup, and then like I said, like if you've ever done makeup work, the way that she layers it and has like the straight lines, it just looks so clean. What are you laughing at?
I agree with Phil.
This is nerding.
Oh,
I agree with Phil.
Actually, I'm working on a Mando Loki right now. I forgot about that. I'm working on a Mando Loki.
Wow.
Because green is actually my favorite color. It was my favorite color. I think I liked Loki because he was green.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know what you should do? You know Jim Carrey's The Mask?
Yes.
You should do the yellow outfit with horns and be a Loki.
A Loki
or you can have a twin and you can be 4 Lokis.
I mean, Tom Hiddleston is one of my favorite actors, even before he did Loki, because he's a Shakespearean actor, which I am absolutely in love with Shakespeare too. I'm a huge theater geek.
Hey, Patrick is in the house.
Hey, Patrick.
What is up,
Kaden?
Yes, you definitely got to send us videos of that.
Speaking of Kaden,
I have an elevator.
Oh, wow, look at Ezra. Ezra is the man on the spot. Check out the bottom of the screen.
Check out our link below and help out our friends at RebelCause Lancaster. They have helped out over 400 people who are on the streets, find shelter, food, warm blankets, all sorts of different things. They're an amazing organization. Please help them out.
Yes, thank you so much for that. We love our friends at Rebel Cause Lancaster. So, yes, I want to see the video of that and buy a pet alligator. This is not Florida.
I wouldn't be surprised if Phoenix already owns a pet alligator. Other than that, other than the Loki gator.
I wish.
She'd make it wear a crown all the time with the little horns.
No.
Yes. So next week, by this time next week, we will have done Silicon, and we will have seen Shang-Chi, and you are going to Ezra. Actually, both of you guys are going to try to go to Friday's SAC Anime, right?
Yeah. If Dawn's going, I'm going.
Wait a minute. Does that mean I'm doing show next week by myself?
I didn't think about this. More than likely, yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, because we're going.
You know what? Maybe I'm not going to give you guys tickets then.
Don't be that mean.
Y'all going to leave me hanging after I give you guys free tickets for a con, dude. That is jacked up, bro.
You know what? You're the one who doesn't want to go. We could do a live Saber Rattle at SAC Anime. No, you don't want to go. You don't want to.
It makes it hard to interview somebody.
Yeah.
We don't. Who says anything about an interview?
Well, we already have our guest for next week. I was actually prepared this week. I actually booked up ahead. The one time I'm actually prepared, you guys want to go all willy-nilly freestyle? Actually, if you guys are interested, our guest for next week, somebody we've had on the show in the Flow segment many times, but we've never had a chance to interview. Mr. Grady McGee will be our guest next week, Flow artist. So yes, we will have all of that stuff, unless I'm here by myself, and then it'll just, we'll see what happens. We'll see if the show even makes air.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, we might have to ask James if he can help you.
Yeah, James. Actually, he's gonna be busy too. Like, it's a really
he's gonna be getting ready for his next Saturday.
Yeah.
No. You guys are going this week. No, that's next weekend, right?
Yeah.
The Reno thing or the Fresno thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
So, all right. Well, we'll figure this out this week. But somebody will be here next Friday. It'll probably be me by my damn self. So be prepared for a very sketchy show next week.
I mean, you've had a lot of practice when I was out arrested by the TVA.
Doesn't mean I'm any good.
Hey,
Sewong said he'll help out. Yes, Sewong will be the new co-host and take over. And then I'll fire both of you guys, and then it'll be me and Han Solo.
You don't pay me. You can't fire me.
Yeah, I'm not being paid for this. You can't fire me.
Damn it. All right. All right, well.
Maybe he needs to go in the closet for a little while. His
Dawn's going too. Yeah. Dawn's going to SAC Anime too.
No, Ark needs to go back in the closet for a little while.
Back in the yeah. Well.
Oh we could definitely kick him back in there. That was a fun episode. I love that. Hey, you see the thing behind you, right, Ark? We can kick you right back in there.
Not the closet. You guys didn't even leave toilet paper. All right, we're gonna get off before we get kicked off.
All right.
One of us.
Oh wait, no, we are not. We have one more thing.
What?
We have one more thing. I spent so long looking for a TikTok. I am playing it.
I forgot about the TikTok.
Rude.
The talk of the town.
No.
Go ahead, run that film.
There should have been more, but
that's how we're trooping in. Red Blade's blazing. Red Blade for life, baby.
Hey, Don. This is Nerding wants to know what you're working on. You want to show it off?
What's that?
Oh, yeah. Show off what you're working on there, eh?
Show off what you're working on. Okay, let's...
Look at, if you can see the etching that he's done in the side of that is so dope. The other side.
Right there. Show that.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. You can see it now with the reflection and the glare. Oh, and you put the side panels on too. So that's what he's working on for Silicon. We'll see if he actually gets it done. We're leaving in another in 10 hours. We're leaving at 6 a.m.
Have fun.
Yeah.
We're coming for you, Adam Savage.
Yeah, you see how he is? He's complaining about us having fun next week. And then he's going to have fun without us.
Yeah. He didn't even tell me that he was going to Silicon. I definitely would have bought the tickets like 6 months ago.
Oh, man. I'm going because Dawn wanted to. That, like, Adam Savage is, like, Dawn's, like, favorite person.
Right, yeah. But you still could have told me. I would have.
It is not for Mando Mercs. It is for Mamba, which, Say Wong, you were part of that group. Anybody is welcome to it. In fact, we got to get Brianna and to find the Mamba group out in Texas or what have you. But no, that is not for Mando Mercs. Yeah, 6 a.m. so that we can get to the con on time. We're gonna go to breakfast and stuff too.
But this is how next week's gonna go, guys.
What?
I said this is how next week is going to go.
No, it's not because I'm gonna be by myself, dude. What are you doing? All right, kill the show. Until next week, everybody. I will see you guys later. These guys are idiots.
Give him any power.
No, you should not.
Good night, guys.
Bye, guys. Love you.